Okay, so what does it mean to be precise? What does it mean to be precise, Chris?
To be right about something.
Okay. Sometimes. Yes. Okay. It's kind of vague. Joe? Accurate. Be as accurate as possible. Sometimes you can be right without having to be accurate. Okay? Precisely. Right? So when they talk about being precise, precision, which is more accurate? Okay? Now, you can estimate, I'm at the bottom of 227, you can estimate the length of a butterfly as about 5 centimeters. Is it 5 centimeters? Is it 5 centimeters? It's under. It's not 5. That's the word about tells you that that 5 centimeters is called a what? An estimate. All right? Now, a more exact measurement is 48 millimeters. Okay? Who asked yesterday, Mia? That was you asking about the metric system, powers of 10. Okay? There are 10 millimeters for every 1 centimeter. So when you look at that ruler that's there, you should be able to count the little markings there. There should be 10 little spaces between each centimeter. Do you see that on the ruler? 10. 10 spaces. Not necessarily 10 lines, but 10 spaces. Each of those little spaces measures 1 millimeter. That's how small a millimeter is. Okay? You could fit 10 millimeters into 1 centimeter. So if you know that that butterfly is past the 4 centimeter mark, you already know that if 1 centimeter equals 10 millimeters, and you got 4 centimeters, you're already at how many millimeters? If you passed 4, you're at 40, right? Then all you have to do is tally on the rest of them, okay? So what's a more precise measurement? Would it be 5 centimeters, or would it be 48 millimeters? What's more precise? 48, okay? As a general rule, usually the smaller measurement is more precise. Usually. The smaller measurement is more precise, okay? Doesn't always make it the best measurement to use, but nonetheless, okay? Top of page 228. Check understanding. What is the greatest precision possible with each ruler below? So in ruler 1A, how precise could we measure something using that ruler? That ruler is like a first grade ruler. That ruler is like a first grade ruler. How precise of a measurement could you get from a ruler like that? Chris? Can we get a little more precise in your answer? We can measure in inches, but how is each inch broken up? Into how many? Mia? Count them out. Alex? 8. So we could be precise to 1/8 of an inch. I can't get any more precise than that. Why? Because the ruler itself doesn't have the measurements to allow me to do so. I could speculate. I could estimate if there was something that came in between there, but I don't know for sure unless the tool that I'm using gives me the measurements to be that precise. What about 1B? If 1B or 1A was 1/8, 1B would allow us to measure to what? Look at how each inch is broken up in 1B. Is it broken up into eighths? So if it's broken up into 16ths, I can be precise to what? 8/16? I could be precise to 1/16 of an inch, which is a more precise ruler. 1/16. Now, there's going to be a lot fewer, less room for speculation because you're very rarely going to have something that's going to fall in between one of those markings, okay? I don't know how much more precise you need to get as far as measurements with the ruler. If the 1 in 1A is like a first grade ruler, the 1 in 1B is definitely something a little bit more advanced, okay? Example 2, precision in measurement. Choose the more precise measurement. 12 fluid ounces or 2 cups. What did I say before? Usually, the smaller measurement is the more precise. Sophia? 12 fluid ounces, yes. Because I could get 2 cups. If there's 8 ounces in a cup, 4 ounces in another one, I would still need 2 cups to hold that amount of liquid. But I could have 8 ounces in the full one and 2 ounces in the other cup. More precise is to say 12 fluid ounces. B, 3 liters or 2.5 liters, which is more precise. There, they're using the same measurement, but which is more of a precise integer there? Mia? 2.5. 9.8 kilometers or 7.87 kilometers? Which one is more precise? Africa? Why? You're right, but why? Why did you pick that one? Well, it measures to the what? What were the two measurements, Mia? 9.8? This measurement measures to the what? 10th. This one measures all the way to the 100th. Okay? For example, think about a basketball scoreboard when they measure the time. Okay? About how precise do they get? Usually, once it gets under a minute, the better scoreboards measure to the what of an inch or of a second. Is it possible to have like 59.7 seconds left? So they measure to the, come on. It's decimal right here. This is place value. The 10th of a second. But if you're running track and you've got the Mickey Mouse stopwatch, right? Okay. What do they take each time to? What do they take each time to? Do they take the times in track to the nearest 10th mark? Usually, to the nearest 100th. Why? Why does this one have to give you a more precise measurement than a scoreboard clock does? Africa. Mia. Is it possible if two people ran the 100 for one person to get that and another person to get that as a time? Yeah, it could be that close. What separates it is this measurement in the 100th place. Now, if you have an older scoreboard, like, does ours go to the 10th here? If you have an older scoreboard that doesn't, does that mean that each second on that scoreboard doesn't really mean a second. No, it still measures a second, but when you stop it, you don't know how much of that time is left. So if the scoreboard, says there's 4 seconds left, is that 4 closer to 4, or is it closer to what? 5. Is this 4.9, or is this 4.1? Is there a difference? You bet. This one tells players and coaches where it's at. How much time do you really have? Okay? So we use precision all the time. We may not even know it. Okay? 2A at the bottom, check understanding. Which is more precise, 25.5 grams or 11 grams? Sophia? Good. 2 feet or 13 inches? Sophia? 16.9 liters or 13.25 liters? Sophia? Okay, good. Any questions there? Any questions on the precision, what it means? Top of page 229, precision and rounding. Find each sum or difference, round your answer appropriately. 8.4 grams added to 5 grams. 13.4 grams, since 5 is less precise than 8.4, round to the nearest whole number. The sum is, just say 13. Next one, 9.97 minus 5.9. Since 5.9 is less precise, round to the nearest tenth. The difference, 4.1. We are. So here, watch. I'll show you. You kind of switch gears here a little bit. 8.4 grams, 5 grams. We already went through what's more precise. Which one is less precise? Which one is less precise? 5. 5 goes to the nearest what? Does it go into the decimals? No, it's to the nearest whole. That's why we'll round this to the nearest whole, and this is 8 plus 5 equals 13. So go to what is less precise. The next example, 9.97, 5.9. Is it minus? Which of these is less precise? And the 5.9 measures out to what place? The 10th. So we'll keep that one there, and we'll round this to the nearest 10th. So that makes it go up 1 to 10. That's going to be 10 centimeters minus 5.9 equals the 4.1. Whichever one is less precise, whatever place value that one shows, that's where you round the other one to, and then you'll add or subtract. Let's try a couple of those. But then afterwards, since 5.9 is less precise, I'll read the rest of the story. .45 meters minus 0.9 meters. Give it a shot. Which one is less precise? They round to. 45 meters minus 9/10 of a meter. Which of these is less precise? Joe. 45. What is the smallest place that goes to? Is the one hole, right? One's place. So let's round this one to the nearest hole. That becomes what? 1. 45 minus 1. 44 meters. So you'll only be rounding one of them. So in here, 11.4 2.65. Which one is less precise? So that one's going to stay the same, but I'm going to round that one to this one to the same place. That becomes what? 2.7. So 11.4 plus 2.7 equals 14.1. Which one is less precise? 2 liters or 1.75 liters? And that's to the nearest whole. Around 1.75 to the nearest whole. 2. 2 plus 2? 4 liters. Bottom of 229. Choose the more precise unit of measure. Number 20. Grams, kilograms. More precise. More precise. The smaller unit, gram. Liters, milliliters. More precise. Good. 22. Feet or miles. 23. Ounces or pounds. 24. Quarts or pints. 25. Yards or feet. 26. Meters or kilometers. And 27. Gallons or quarts. Got it? So 1 through 27, numbers 1 through 15, pretty easy. Underline the more precise measurement. You want to circle it, fine. So 23 ounces or 20.7 ounces, which is more precise? 20.7, yes. So underline it, circle it, whatever. Okay? Now, 16 through 27 are just like we did with the estimation one. So if you look at 16, 6.35 ounces plus 4.2, which is less precise. 4.2, less precise. Therefore, it goes to the nearest tenth. Round that to the nearest tenth. 6.4 plus 4.2 equals 10.6. So you have room. If I were you, I would not put 10.6 and that's it on your paper. Over the 6.35 or even under it, whatever, make sure you write how we got this so that you have an example on your sheet of what you're doing. We did it in class, right, but I want you to know what you're doing. That's what I want. I don't want you to come in 2 minutes before class like today and say, oh, this was so hard, I didn't know what I was doing. That's what I want. (4-8), we did odds